You're thinking about moving to our area and you've got some questions about Fort Walton Beach. Stick around. This is the video for you. I'm AJ Baduke, and this is
Andrew Iremonger.
And we're with the Emerald Group right here on the Emerald Coast. We've been getting calls, texts, Facebook messages, emails. So if it sounds like you, like maybe you've got some questions about the area, go ahead and hit us up. Here's all our contact information on the screen.
And if you're trying to learn everything there is to know about the Emerald Coast, to include this Fort Walton Beach overview that we're going to be going over here in just a minute, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video.
We wanted to do this overview for you guys that are considering our area from afar. Maybe you're overseas, maybe you're deployed, or maybe you're just in a different state. You're looking at PCS, or you've got a job moving here, whatever the case may be. We wanted to help those of you that don't necessarily have the ability or, just the opportunity, time, whatever the case may be, to actually come and familiarize yourself with our area in person. So let's jump right into it. What can we tell them about Fort Walton Beach?
It's really fun.
He's not wrong. I mean, no lies detected.
So let's go ahead and start with probably my favorite part about Fort Walton Beach, and that is the downtown area.
Oh, yeah.
So lots of stuff to do out here, a lot of bars, a lot of nightlife, a lot of restaurants, and brunch options. If you're a brunch person, there's definitely 5, 6, 7, 8 spots, give or take, out here. And it's an entire...
Go try Taste.
Yeah,
Sorry, had to throw that in there.
Taste is really good. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them out here, which is super cool. I really like, my personal favorite is the Boardroom.
Oh, yeah.
I just really like them for their brunch, their food. They're always, shaking it up. They always do pretty well there.
What I love about downtown is while you have these like different lunch places and what have you, you're also really close to the water. Like it's just right there over at the landing. And you've got a couple options for children's parks. You've got a dog park, Liza Jackson, just so much stuff that you can bring your kids to do too. So you can go and have, a great meal in like a quiet area if you don't have your children, or there's like some less awkward areas to bring children, like over at Taste. They have an outdoor area that you totally bring your kids to. You've got Casey's over there. The kids can go play in the sand. Your car's not going to be real happy after the fact, but your kids will be happy during dinner. So they're kind of considered a win still.
And Casey's is a really good spot because they do a lot of live music there too. So if that's something that's up your alley, they have it. I also have a bunch of other little shops that you can do things such as axe throwing if you are, a proficient axe thrower or a wannabe proficient axe thrower. You just like to throw axes for fun. This is a great time. It's a great first date or just date idea in general because you might be picking your zombie apocalypse partner and you want to make sure they can throw an axe. Just saying. So speaking of parks, you mentioned Liza Jackson Park, which is probably my favorite park in Fort Walton Beach because it is dog friendly. We did a separate video just on this, but we'll have some of that B-roll rolling across the screen right now. You've got dogs playing. They're able to go into the actual beach area. It is the sound, so there's not going to be big waves or anything, but they do have their own little beach area and their own private spot for the pups as well.
And you can launch your boat there too.
Yes.
Or your paddle boards, whatever kind of, device you're using to get out onto the water if you're not wanting to just use your body.
So moving a little bit further north, let's get into some of the shopping here in Fort Walton Beach. One of the main areas, we do have a mall, okay? We don't have any footage of the mall. We could probably get some, but it's kind of, the mall's kind of dying out a little bit, okay? I'm sorry, anybody that's watching me that might love the mall or whatever. It just hasn't been, it hasn't been up to par for many, many years, it seems like. So
it's just like an indoor walking track at this point.
Yeah.
It's not really for shopping.
Yeah, about half of it's still kind of empty and what have you. They still have some of the bigger shops at JCPenney's, Dillard's and Anytime Fitness is in there as well. But one of the other shopping centers that a lot of people like to go to is Uptown Station. And Uptown Station has a wide variety of a lot of things, kind of like an outdoor outlet, I guess is kind of the best way to describe it. So if you're looking for great restaurants, they've got a couple right in there. They've got the Craft Bar, they've got Buffalo Wild Wings, McAllister's. They've got great, like really big baked potatoes if you're into that.
Clemenza's if you like
Clemenza's,
Italian food.
Yeah, Clemenza's is so delicious. There's Firehouse Subs. So you can get lots of food there. Oh, think Poke. How could I forget about that? It's probably my favorite place.
Yeah, we go there all the time.
Yeah, we literally go there like once a week. It's amazing. So you've got lots of food options there, and then you've got lots of shopping options. Everything from someplace called Ulta.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that one's all about.
Ulta is like a beauty salon.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's why I haven't been in there. There's also one called 5 Below Zero that I thought was like a pool place. So I went over there to get some new pool supplies, and it's not. It's it's not even close. And I was very confused when I walked in. But they've got stuff like that.
There's a big Ross over there too.
Oh yeah, Big Ross, yeah. It also has Northwest Florida's largest flag right there. That thing is bigger than, I think it's like 4 tennis courts or something crazy. It doesn't look that big when you're looking at it from afar, but apparently it's pretty large.
Holy cow.
They have a super small park right there in the center of it as well. And of course, everybody's favorite Starbucks, or everybody's realtor's favorite thing.
Yeah, definitely everybody's realtor's favorite thing until they give up coffee, like me.
I don't trust those kind of realtors.
I don't trust you either. Speaking of things to do, we're going to give a sort of honorable mention to Okaloosa Island because you really are probably coming to our area for the beach. I mean, probably money as well. You have some financial reason to move to the area, some kind of job or employment. But beaches, right? That's what everybody knows. Okaloosa Island, we've done a couple videos on our favorite beaches actually. We can link those up above, but Okaloosa Island always comes up as both of our favorite beaches are on Okaloosa Island. But there are also properties there. So if you wanted to live on the island, you absolutely could do that. And you've got some restaurant options there. You've got a little bit of shopping, mostly for like beach supplies. So if you wanted, you needed clothes and stuff like that, you're probably going to want to head out to Destin or into like Fort Walton Beach proper, not stay on the island. But you do have a Publix right back across the street off of Brook Street in like Fort Walton Beach proper. So very easy to get to from anywhere on the island, and lots of eating options. What is it? The oyster
Old
Bay steamers, that's what it is. And then the Gulf on the other side, which is wonderful. And then Bob Marler Park, where you can put in your paddle boards or just hang out on the beach on that side too, which is going to be like more of the bay as opposed to the Gulf. Lots of hotels in this area as well. So if you are going to come to our area and kind of try to experience it in person a little bit prior to actually purchasing or renting or whatever it is that you're doing in our area, lots of hotel options there, Airbnbs. So you can definitely stay over there and get a feel for that area as well.
I would suggest if you are coming down to visit, to do something like that, definitely check out Airbnb and vrbo.com, because there you can basically get kind of that hotel feel just in a condo without, you're not going to have the front desk and things like that most of the time, but it gives you some other options to stay, and you might be able to find something cheaper than the hotels.
Oh, there's another one that's kind of come up on the scene. It's called furnishedfinder.com. This is really cool because you can book a room in a house for a month. So solid rate, you book a room, you might have a couple of roommates, but it's fully furnished and you can get a monthly rate as opposed to, 1 week. Let's say you are coming to the area and you've got all your stuff in storage and you want some time to look around. We all know how difficult it is to find a month-to-month rental in this area. Furnish Finder is exactly for that. So check that out as well.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch a little bit since we are talking about hobbies, going to the beach. Let's go ahead and move on to some other hobbies. So one of the things that we do have a couple of here is golf courses. I know golf's big for a lot of folks. We do have one golf course out in Shalimar. It's called Shalimar Point. And then we've got another one out at Fort Walton Beach proper, which kind of weaves in and out. They're both neighborhood golf courses. I believe the Fort Walton one's a little bit more taken care of from my personal experience. I feel that the Shalimar Point one started to kind of fix up a little bit, and it's still a great golf course, still very challenging, very fun. But you do have an 18-hole course there, and then 2 18-hole courses in the Fort Walton Beach main one.
So we've told you a bit about, where to go for things to do. Now we're going to kind of roll into where to go to live. So we've got a couple of neighborhoods that we both really like, and we've got some footage coming up for you on them. The first one we're going to talk about is Northgate Estates. This place is so family friendly. They are widely known in our area for both their Halloween decorations and their Christmas decorations. Like, the line outside the subdivision to get inside, to go and witness all the decorations is insane sometimes. It'll take you forever just to drive through it all, and no one minds because it's really awesome. Like, people really go all out for their decorations. They spend I don't even know how much money. And they actually make it into a contest. So they have winners, in that area. And it's actually, I think it's mandatory that they have to participate in the decorations,
It's
right?
not technically in their HOA, but it's highly encouraged to the point where if you don't, you might get egged. Or, I've heard that they might egg you or throw toilet paper at your house or whatever. I've never actually seen anybody do that, so I don't know if that's kind of like, just rumor mill or not. But if I lived there, I wouldn't risk it. Yeah. They do have companies that'll put up lights for you if you don't want to do it yourself, and the same with trick or treating. And with the trick or treating, it's really cool too because they have an entire section of the neighborhood that kind of like it feels like they all got together and they're like, this is going to be the street, and they have fog machines out in the street and huge lights and huge, like somebody had like this 30-40 foot skeleton. I don't even know where you found it. Like it was like 3 times as tall as a house. It was incredible.
They sell them at Lowe's sometimes.
Really that big though? Yeah. I've seen like the 15 footers. This one was like huge, like literally it was like 4 stories high. It was like, how did you even get this over here?
Okay,
it was the biggest thing I've ever seen. It was crazy. But yeah, they definitely, they're very popular there for all of that stuff. And then, of course, during Christmas, they have all the lights. And sometimes even one of the radio stations, like in one of the front houses, they'll have, hey, tune into 93.9 or whatever it is. Don't quote me. I don't think that's the actual. And some of the music or some of the lights will dance to the music from that radio station, which is pretty cool. Another one of the popular neighborhoods that a lot of people really like is Poquito Bayou. This one actually stayed hidden from me for years. I was active duty out here for 8 years. I became a realtor, and even 2 years into becoming a realtor, I had never seen this neighborhood. It's covered very well by all these trees and everything. There's 3 different entrances, 4 technically if you look on the other side. But you go in there, it's right outside of Eglin Air Force Base. So those of you that might be getting stationed at Eglin Air Force Base, you want to be right outside the front gate. This is where it's at. It is also an older established neighborhood, primarily in the 80s for most of the homes. Some will be in the 70s as well. Very beautiful neighborhood. All in all, it's kept up very well. They have multiple parks. They also have boat launches, and a good portion of it is waterfront because Poquito Bayou is water on 3 of the 4 sides of the main neighborhood. And last but not least, let's go ahead and move over to Shalimar Point, which is kind of the premier neighborhood in the Shalimar area. Of course, Shalimar has several other neighborhoods as well, just like Fort Walton and everything else that we're talking about today. And I guess Poquito Bayou is in Shalimar too. So, it's kind of on par with that. It is a little bit newer of a neighborhood. You'll start seeing 90s homes and early 2000 homes in there. Golf course neighborhood, this is where Shalimar Point is, so you'll have plenty of the properties that'll be on the 4th green or the whatever portion of the golf course it is. So if that interests you, that is a great option to get on the golf course and have a nice beautiful home.
All right, then we will see you guys at the next one.
See ya.